Hi, thanks for being here today. We're so glad that you're here. I'm Kiera Noble, and I'm the manager of the 6th floor here at Utah Valley Hospital.
And my name is Abby. I'm the educator of the 6th floor here.
Perfect. We are going to be giving you a virtual tour of our unit today so that you kind of know where to find things, you know what to expect for your job. And we're also going to go over the job expectations. And this is going to take about a half hour. And it's okay that you take this first half hour of your shift to kind of understand what this job entails and have everything that you need. We recognize that this video will not give you all the information that you need, but we do want you to walk along with us, follow along with us, and just really take this tour seriously so that you have everything that you need. So first, you should have been given this packet by the off-going runner. There are 2 runners on our unit. If you have the yellow highlight, then you are the North Hall runner. If you have the green highlight, then you are the South Hall runner. We will explain more about what those areas mean in a minute on our tour. You also should have been given a vocera, which we'll cover in just a second. I'm going to start walking you through this document. The first section is how to start your shift. The first bullet is you should be clocked in, or if you haven't clocked in yet, I want you to stop this video, pause it right now, and go find someone on our unit who can show you how to clock in. On this document, there is the COVID-19 budget code if by chance you need that or your director requested that you clock in under that. So now that you're clocked in, on the second bullet point, you should have received this handoff report from the off-going runner. You should have this and keep it with you at all times. This will have all the information that you need. Going down, you should have received your handoff vocera from an off-going runner. We have 2 voceras. We have one that says T6 North Runner, and we have one that says T6 South Runner. Please just make sure you have the vocera that correlates with the same resource packet that you have. Most of you may already use vocera, but we are going to walk through how to log into vocera right now, so please join us and do it with your vocera. This big circle in the middle is your main button, and you'll press that.
Good afternoon. Please say or spell your first and last name.
Kiera Noble.
I'm logging you in as
Kiera Noble.
So now you're logged in, and there are 2 groups you need to add yourself to, and these are the next bullet points down. You need to press the main button, add me to group T6 North Runner.
I'm adding you to T6 North Runner.
And now you're added to that group. Again, add me to group T6.
Actually, you're already a member of T6.
Perfect. I'm already a member, but you'll be able to be added. That will allow any broadcasts that come through our unit for you to receive those. And that way, if you're logged into your North or South runner role, that our staff won't have to know exactly your name to do it. They still want to get to know you, but they can easily get a hold of you. So if you are a nurse on the next bullet point, you need to check your ability to log into our Omnicell. We will show you where those are. We have 2, 1 in each medroom, but you only need to check access in 1. If you have 1 in 1, then you will have it for both. For all other roles, you need to check badge access to all of our different badge access places at the beginning of your shift to see if you have access to those places. On our tour in a minute, we will show you where you need to check that badge access. And then always check in with the charge nurse. It's preferred that you check in person. We will show you where to find them most likely. Or, as an alternative, you are welcome to call them through vocera by pressing the main button and stating, call 6th floor charge nurse. Now I'm on the next section, which is what to do during your shift. I'm going to just run through these bullet points, and then we'll get into kind of the meat of the job. Please remain located, available, and visible in your area assigned. If you're assigned the South Hall, please stay in that direction. If you are in the North Hall, please stay in that area. You will fulfill your essential job duties, which we'll cover next. And then please follow through with any verbal or vocera requests. We also have a cheat sheet of what are the most commonly requested items. I know you don't even know what I'm talking about yet, but we'll get there. I want to make sure that you coordinate a 30-minute lunch break during your shift. It's so important that you take care of yourself and that you put yourself first for that 30 minutes. So you can coordinate with the additional runner, and you can call them by calling them the alternate location runner, or coordinate with the charge nurse so that they can help you get that lunch break. I ask that you always maintain patient privacy, no matter if you're in a hallway or in a patient room. When you are the caller on vocera, please always ask, are you available to talk, so that you give the receiver an opportunity to answer if they're in a good spot or not. And if you are the recipient of the call, please always just state if you're in a good position. Either I am in a patient room, or I'm in a good position to talk, or I'm not in a good position to talk. That way we maintain privacy at all times. And then just please be proactive in assisting our unit caregivers. We're excited that you're here. This role is brand new, so it's not overly well defined yet. So look for opportunities where you can help them out. How you end your shift, I'm on the third section, is you will hand off your Vocera device to the oncoming runner. You will also hand off your report to the oncoming runner, and then you will clock out. If you don't have a replacement, then you can give both your Vocera and the packet to the charge nurse. I did include at the bottom of your packet some Vocera contacts and resources, and I want you to know what those are. It shows you how to get a hold of the charge nurse through Vocera, how to get a hold of the nurse, how to get a hold of the tech, and this is even if you don't know their name. You can say call room 636 nurse, and it will call that nurse. How to get a hold of our health unit coordinator or our secretary. We only have that on the day shift from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then how to get a hold of me as the manager. I left my cell phone number. You're always welcome to text me day or night. And then included our educator's number as well, Abby's, her cell phone number as well, how to get a hold of her on Vocera. Same, she's very available. We are here to help you. All right, now into the meat of the job. Turn the page. You're now on the second page that starts with job description. I'm going to read through this. Really, the goal of the unit runner is to be a resource for our team. At this time of our pandemic, we want to make sure we are very responsible with a few different things. So under essential job duties, I'm going to cover the 3 important things that you're going to be doing in this role. And these are what is required each shift. So the first line is conserve PPE, or our personal protective equipment, related to our isolation patient rooms. What we're running into is as we go in these isolation rooms, we wear eye protection, we mask, we gown, we glove, and we're trying to preserve that so that we can have that down the road as things worsen. So, as it's highlighted, please do not enter any isolation room. We will help you identify what rooms require isolation, but please do not enter any rooms that require you to wear a gown or a mask or things like that. You may be asked to obtain or deliver requested supplies to caregivers in those isolation rooms so that they don't have to gown up, go in a room, patient requests something else, they come out, ungown, go get it, come back and regown. And now we've used 2 gowns for the sake when we could have just used 1. So that will be one of your main roles, is helping us preserve our PPE by not having to leave the room as often. On another bullet point down, you may be retrieving and removing supplies from those isolation rooms as requested. Always make sure you are using clean gloves to receive anything outside of a room. And then you may be accepting patient meal trays from our dietary services. Right now our dietary services are not going in any isolation rooms either, because we don't want to use our personal protective equipment just to deliver a meal tray. So you may be receiving that, holding it, and then as the next caregiver, whether nurse or PCT, is available to go in to do other tasks as well and group their cares, then you would have them take that in with them. The next line down talks about your second role, which is all about our PPE donning and doffing compliance. One of the best things we can do during this pandemic is to prevent the spread of any type of infection, which requires a lot of compliance with the way we put on our PPE and the way we take off our PPE. Our staff is very trained in how to do this, but we want to make sure that we are not having any variances or any gaps in our processes. So one of your goals would still be to help us with that. Highlighted again, same, do not enter any isolation room during this part of your role. Going to the next bullet point, we want you to be observing our staff donning or putting on their PPE for our droplet contact rooms. We also want you observing our staff removing their PPE for these droplet or contact isolation rooms according to the standards. If these are standards you are not very familiar with, in your packet, there is a page that goes over donning, putting it on, and these steps. Please familiarize yourself with these steps and know those really well. The next page is doffing, or taking off the PPE, and the steps required for that. Please look for those key points. Make sure that you are very aware of what that looks like and what that process should look like. The contact and droplet rooms, we will show you in real time too, are the ones that have this sign up on the door, droplet contact, with this little COVID symbol. That symbol always represents COVID-19 in current state. And I ask that during your down times that you identify which rooms in your designated area have that sign. Those are the rooms you are going to be wanting to watch our staff go in and out of, and coaching in the moment if you find any variances. Our staff already knows that you are coming and that you are going to be helping us be as compliant as possible. To be comfortable coaching in the moment, there is a page in the back of your packet, if you want to turn to the very last page, that is called 3 Steps to Coaching, specifically related to donning and doffing PPE. This will give you some key phrases you may use if you find any variances, kind of how to give the lightest touch possible, and how you can help keep us, yourself, and our patients safe as we're going through this really critical time. It's really important that you coach in the moment, that you help recognize areas where everyone can improve. So that's the second one. And then the third piece on your essential job duties is anything that is assisting within your scope. And these are all in non-isolation rooms. So there may be opportunities for you to help with our patient care, direct patient care, but I'm still gonna ask, do not go in our isolation rooms. You may help in non-isolation rooms. These are things like, if you're a nurse, you can double check insulin, or you can witness wasting of controlled substances. You can obtain and deliver medications from our AccuDose or Omnicell if you're a nurse. But for all scopes listed below, you may assist with turning and repositioning patients, assist during bed baths, showers, or brief changes in non-isolation rooms, assist with transporting patients. I do ask on that next bullet point, please once during your shift, sanitize all handles or high-touch areas in your designated area, because we want to make sure that everything is so clean. In case one person by chance made one mistake and carried any infectious material outside of the room, we want to make sure that those areas are sanitized. So please do that once your shift. You may complete this room readiness, the next bullet point down, for empty rooms or helping get those rooms ready for the next patient. And there's other responsibilities delegated by the charge nurse or HUC that you may be able to perform. Ultimately, just please be proactive in your role in helping keep everybody safe. But as a summary, your goal is to help us conserve PPE, to help us or be checking compliance of our PPE donning and doffing, and then adding any additional assistance that our team might need during this critical time. I'm so grateful that you are here. We are lucky to have you, and we're so happy to have the extra assistance. So that you are most prepared, we're going to take you on a walking tour. So wherever you are located now, we are going to ask that you find your way to the east end, and it's the end opposite of the big windows. I'm going to show you this map right here. You have it in your packet. So wherever you are, find where you are on this map, and you're going to come down to this east end close to the break room. If you need, you can pause, and we will be walking there right now too.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start here in this corner, right next to our break room. This is where you're going to find our time clock. We have one here on our unit. You're welcome to clock in and clock out here before and after your shift. Right over here is our break room. This is one point that you will need to check your badge access. It'll light up green and unlock. In here, you're welcome to take your 30-minute break. We do have fridge and freezer, 2 of them for your use, microwave, cups, bowls, utensils, all of that. You're welcome to drop your stuff off in here as well, or into our offices are available as well. We are a 36-bed unit, and how it's set up is 2 long hallways with no central nurses station. So 601 starts here on this end. It goes down to 618 at the other end. And then 619 is the opposite corner from where we are to 636 on this end. So 601 and 636 are on the same end.
So you should have room 601 on your right-hand side right now.
Yep, perfect. On our way down here, we have 3 areas of storage, and these are the main areas you're going to need to know to access and grab things for our staff. So the first area of storage is called Tier 1. Every single room has it attached, it's called the nurse server as well. So it's attached to all the rooms. You can stop from the outside and then have access on the inside. But on our isolation rooms, we don't access it from the inside. They're actually zip tied closed so that we don't contaminate any of the items. So you may be asked to grab these items and just hand it to the nurse in the room. All of the rooms have isolation supplies set up here. You're welcome to help in stock in these areas. We have masks, gloves, and gowns, and then you just restock on the side here, or the gowns here. We have our isolation signs stored here if they're not in use. And then, like I said, these items here, we've got linens, gowns, basic hygiene items. Chucks is one of the main ones you'll be using or grabbing for our staff. Take the time to familiarize yourself with what's in these cabinets. This here is another badge access item. This locked drawer is locked because we do store sharps in here, as well as patient medications. Things to know in here, we have our insulin syringes, IVs, IV start kit, flushes, and then our patient medications. Also, med cups are kept in here as well. Also, this drawer here, some common used items are our wipes, suction tubing, urinals, and syringes. And then on our way down to this next drawer here, we've got commonly used things are our primary and secondary tubing, Coban and gauze, some tape as well. And then this bottom drawer, we've got nasal cannulas, blood pressure cuffs, biohazard bags, and different items in there. So get familiar with what's in the drawers. We do have supply chain that comes and stocks these for us every day, so you shouldn't run out of what's the supplies in there, but I'll show you our main storage area where you can find those items if they run out. Our second area of storage is called Tier 2, and that's these cabinets here. There's one of these in every corner, so each hallway has 2 of our Tier 2s. These are larger items that you won't find in the Tier 1. In here you'll find bedpans, extra urinals, pillows, briefs, suction, all of that. They're also pictured and listed here, but you're welcome to look in here as well. Air taps is an item that you may be asked for. Those are our slider sheets that inflate with air. There's chucks for those, extra oxygen supplies, and garbage bags. And then in here is all of our isolation supplies, so extra gowns, masks and gloves, so you can restock the nurse server. We're gonna make our way down. There's no central nurses station, so all the computers are in between the patient's rooms. At each desk, you will see, we'll come down here.
We're walking past the staff elevators on your left right now.
Down here, at each station, there is a glucometer. Sorry. They should be here or on the desk. We ask that you may be asked to hand that in or receive it from a nurse. If you are receiving it out of an isolation room, just make sure you're receiving it with clean gloves and wiping it down before you dock it. Coming down this hall, we do have 2 crash carts on our unit. One is here. They are labeled by the sign on the ceiling. And then the other one is in the opposite corner, and I will point that out as we go down. We do have medical gas control shutoffs and hand washing sinks throughout the hallway, as well as fire extinguishers. We're going to make our way down. All the way down here is going to be our team room, and that is where our team does huddle at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. You're welcome to join them for huddle. Down here. There's another hand washing sink. This is our team room. It's in between rooms 612 and 613. In here, we actually watch a video huddle. You're welcome to join there. We do have a massage chair that you're welcome to use and extra computers. I also want to point out, since we're asking you to sanitize our handles once a shift, we do have these purple top wipes. They should be at every desk, so you're welcome to use those when you're wiping those down. Make your way down. Here's another tier 2. And then down this hallway, so I'm just passing 616. We have an employee bathroom here. You're welcome to use. And then we're gonna walk down here. This is now the west end. I think west for the big windows. The east end is the employee elevators, or the employee end where you have your break room. So kind of that's how you can kind of know where you're at, east and west ends. Down this way. The north and the south end, so 601 to 618 that we just walked through, that's your north end. 619 to 636 that we're in right now, this is your south end. Here's another tier 2, and here across from that is our second crash cart.